on Portadown.
It's better atmosphere in the Premier League.
Subscribe to Robbie's Funny Focus.
So much for Storm Amy. So today's massive Mid Ulster Derby. Portadown's at home, Glenavon travelling a few miles up to Shamrock Park. They're currently sitting bottom of the table, 0 wins, 9 games played, only scored 2 goals. Bleak for the Mornview Blues, to say the least. They've just parted ways with their manager, Paddy McLaughlin. They've got an intern of Quinn and McDade. I don't know if they're player managers or just stepping in until the full-time manager has been installed in the club, but them guys are going to have to get this squad firing and trying to get the rut stopped. At least a point for them today would be good. They'd love a clean sheet, but what they have to do is make sure they don't take a 2 or 3-0 defeat, 10 losses in a row, and you might have to start thinking about the championship next season. As for Portadown, they got a massive victory last week away at Cliftonville, a venue they have a terrible record at. A 95th minute winner from James Thielen secured 3 points for the Shamrock men. They absolutely loved it. They've won 3 games this season, half lost 6, no draws in there, no draws between either club so far. So it's sort of got a draw written all over it in today's Mid Ulster Derby. They're at home with a very good record at home. Last year, only 2 teams came here and won. This year though, it's been a wee bit more of a inconsistent basis. With all that in mind, I'm going to go for a 0-0 this evening. Unfortunately, I've just got a feeling a draw has to come for both of these teams, and it's going to happen today. I think it's just going to be a game of missed opportunities. Both teams just sit in and make sure that they don't get beat. I think a point for both teams will be a fair result, but especially with home advantage in a game like this, it seems that the home team usually comes out on top. But if there's going to be a winner, I think it might just be the Portadown guys. They've got more firepower up front. The likes of Obacan, they've got Thielen, they've got Tulloch. Them guys can cause danger, they're quick. So the Glenavon defenders are going to have to really be at it to stop them guys running in behind. But I'd love to see a late winner. The fans would go berserk in both ends. Whoever would get that winner, fingers crossed, we do get goals, but I just can't see it. I'm here with Jake, Topless. He's come over for the game, YouTuber and vlogger. Thank you very much for coming over to the game today, mate.
Thank you, mate.
You've been to a couple of Niffle games before, but haven't been in the Mid Ulster Derby.
No.
We're talking off air about it, trying to see where it compares to other games in the league and compared to games down south. What are you looking forward to today for this game, mate? What do you think of Portadown Football Club?
The atmosphere, mate, that's what I'm looking forward to most so far. After what I've seen, the drum's already going. Hopefully, just plenty of goals, mate, more than anything. That's what I see from this game. I know Glenavon, a terrible start to the season. They've travelled in numbers. You told me I've only scored twice this season in 9 games. That's not good, but Portadown obviously not really done so well themselves, and they've conceded quite a lot. So when you have that result, you hopefully get goals. And I know there's a new manager in charge now. Whether that shows where the problem was after 9 straight defeats, who knows?
I've lose 9 games in a row, no manager in football. Last time longer than that.
Not anymore now.
They'll have to come here and put a big display on, but for the home team as well.
Yeah.
They want to beat their rivals, and
Definitely.
they've seen them relegated. As Portadown have went down before in history, and the Glenavon fans have surely given their stick to Portadown to maybe relegate their rivals this season. It's, it's something you don't see too often.
No, not at all. I mean, 9 straight defeats in the first 9 games, and the new manager comes in and gets the result tonight, like we say, that might give them the confidence to kickstart the season fully. So a Portadown win might, really be the final nail in the coffin already, if you know what I mean. But who knows, we'll see what happens, won't we?
What do you think about Northern Ireland football, mate? It's not the most publicised league in the world. You've got England, Scotland, and our southern cousins, as we'll call them, down south. They're doing very well, and their league's expanding and getting bigger every year. What would be your overall thoughts on the Northern Ireland football?
Oh, it's better atmosphere in the Premier League. 100%. 100%. I mean, it's not as boring as the Premier League either. I'm not talking from the atmosphere, but on the pitch, pass. I mean, I went to Galway back in June, 3-1 at half time, and I thought, this is a brilliant game of football, this. I said that at half time. I mean, there's more community feel here. Like everybody in here tonight, apart from myself, is actually from here. You know what I mean? Local people. You don't get too many. I'm not against football tourism, especially when games that we do, of course. But like, you don't need too many of them. You know what I mean?
You have to put your local first.
You do, definitely.
Any other club, you know.
Yeah, they get people here from the area, know the area, and want the best for the area. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you very much for coming here.
Yeah,
Let's
thank
hope
you,
for a
mate.
cracking game.
Sorry for a cracking game.
Brilliant to meet Jake. The work he does is incredible. Travelling all around England and over here, the British Isles, showing off the football on his quality channel. I'll put his description and links in the comment section of the video below. A few minutes away from kickoff. Crowd's starting to pick up a wee bit better now. Lots of staying there, you know, community club, support your local, never mind England and Scotland and going anywhere else. This is where you should be every week, week in, week out. Kickoff's approaching. Let's go, Mid Ulster Derby. Start Glenavon wanted. They've got their first couple of seasons, so I have. Not good enough, young man. Yeah, Messi there in the box, nobody cleared the lines. Top end from 6 yards out. 1-0 Glenavon.
That's a lot of run against!
Portadown starting to kick into gear now. Just hit the bar there. I think it might have been touched on by the keeper. Not much else to say about the game after the goal.
Too full of the rut! Yeah! I'll get up to fuck you!
Azza,
Yeah.
what do you think of that first half?
Shite fish.
Just not good enough for the Portadown.
They're trying to play out from the back and it doesn't suit us. You just need to get it off.
Even with the win, you know you have to use it to your advantage, don't you? Changes needed at half time.
Yeah.
Hope I can bring him on.
No, not their new guy Quinn.
Bring Quinn and Reese in that. I don't even know if it's on the bench.
Yeah, recent is on the bench. Maybe him as well.
Defence doesn't seem too good. Same defence as last year.
Yeah, but they were good last year, so I don't know what's happened.
No.
Yes, they were.
What about Glenavon? They haven't played great either, but they're just
not
gonna
playing well.
sit in the second half and counter attack.
We need to do something.
Think Portadown's gonna pull it back.
Yeah, should. At least a draw.
Nice to draw. Nathan, you're here as a neutral.
Yep.
Mid Ulster Derby, first of all. What about the Mid Ulster Derby? How good of a match do you think it is overall?
It's not up there in the Bell Classico. It's not in that level, so level below. But the atmosphere took me away. It's better than Blue Unity.
You think it's better in Glenavon, or sorry, Dentorn and Linfield? Atmosphere wise?
Blue Unity sometimes let us down a bit, to be honest, but yeah, it's good.
What do you think about the two teams so far? Teams are both bottom of the table. It sort of looks like that in the pitch, doesn't it?
Yeah, this will be a championship game next season.
Potentially could be the way that
100%.
the teams are playing. You think Portadown can pull this back and get a win?
3-1 Portadown.
3-1, big call. Lads, 1-0 at Glenavon. Do you think Portadown can pull it back?
Yeah, bro. I think 2-1.
2-1 Portadown. Big second half needed. Do you think Portadown or Glenavon's going to get relegated this year?
Only Portadown.
Glenavon going to get relegated, even if they win this game?
Subscribe to Robbie's Body Focus on all platforms.
Good man, look at him. The only guy in the stadium with shorts on.
Subscribe to Robbie's Funny Focus.
And subscribe to Jason Joy, no capitals, one space after Jason.
Shamrock Park, 1-8. There it goes, Luke Wilson from Portadown. Brilliant ball set in by Ryan Mays. Bang, free header in the corner. 1-8. Turn its head now, another ball into the box. Ryan Mays from the corner. Big Stevie McCullough flicked it on with the back of his head into the net. The crowd went mental. This game was funny. Living up to his expectations now. 2-1 Portadown. He's been brought into the squad to get up the field and do stuff like that. 3-1 Portadown. Game over. For Glenavon. It's looking really, really bleak for the club. 0 points. Bottom of the league. 10 games played. The Portadown fans are loving it, so they are. 3-1 to them.
Have it, guys.
The first Mid Ulster Derby of the season completed 3-1 to Portadown. Brilliant atmosphere at Shamrock Park, as always, for these sort of games. You know, not all the time do we get a good atmosphere in Northern Ireland football, but when these games are selected at the start of the season, everyone looks on the calendar to see when they're going to be played out. Good crowd, so there was there today, even with the storm. And it turned out to be a storm that came Glenavon's way. After a first half they can be proud of, and it seemed to be that they were in a driving seat going into the second half. And whenever the second half started, it was just a completely different Portadown team that showed up. I can guarantee you now there was one hell of a team talk that went on in that changing room. I'm sure Niall Curry gave a few players the hairdryer treatment because they weren't performing at all. It was very slow, lackluster, same tricks all the time, trying to get out to the same people. But when that first goal went in, a brilliant cross from Ryan Mays and a bullet header from Luke Wilson, who's been injured for around a year, 18 months, to come back and score. He's a hometown boy as well. Brilliant for him. And that just set the crowd alight, and they really got behind the team. And there was another ball into the box from Maisie. Good cross in from the corner, and a wee flick on header from Stephen McCullough at the front post. Keeper just wasn't going to get it. You could see at the angle, it was right into the corner. Perfect execution of that set piece, so it was. And then just to top it all up, young Ben Quinn, who's come into the squad there, he got a couple of goals for the reserves there during the week. What a brilliant finish. You know, cutting in on his right foot. Maybe he could have shot with his left initially or put it across the goal, but he's just peeled out into the middle of the box and hit it, and it just went into the top corner away from the keeper. And brilliant scenes from the Portadown guys. You know, they sang and chanted all game, so they did. And do you know what, in the end, you know, it was a game of two halves, but Portadown definitely deserved the victory, so they did. Worthy winners of the day. And it's just more misery on Glenavon. Like 10 defeats in a row. It's unheard of, so it is. You know, we'll have loads of leagues around Europe that we keep an eye on, but to lose 10 games in a row, scoring 3 goals, it's a record they've broken. I think it's like 50 years since the last team over here has done that. And I just don't know where to go from here. You know, do you get a manager in for the long project or someone to get them out of this relegation dogfight? Because if they don't win another few games very quickly, you're going to be going into just over a third of the season with potentially no points. And I can't see them coming back from that at all. I think they will be doomed. It will take probably one of the greatest miracles in Northern Ireland football history if they were to survive relegation, even just to get into the playoff in 11th place and survive that. Oh, it's not looking good from the guys from Lurgan. And as always, folks, thank you very much for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.